Hi, Bonbon here. How you doing? I know some of you might be waiting for a What Map live tonight, but there's kind of breaking news. Development diaries are now a thing, and I figured Monday nights, given that they're going to be out on a Monday, are going to be the best days to have a look at the Dev Diaries. So if you're here for the What Map live reviews, those are now going back to Tuesdays. That'll be every week until the Dev Diaries are done, which is going to be in several weeks' time. We'll get to that as we get to that. What I'm going to do is, along with the chat, hi there, anybody watching live in the chat, please do talk with me, because we can talk and discuss and see where things are. And yeah, this is going to be really interesting. There has been a few little already with the road tool, Dev Diary #1 road tools, a few little confirmations, a few things that we're going to like, a few things that are very exciting, and one or two things that'd be very frustrating, but for the right reasons. Yes, road collisions are now a thing. Hiya Parker, good to have you along. Good to have you along. Excellent. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I've got some coffee on the go here, so my apologies if I have the occasional slurp, but I think it's going to take a little while, not too long, but I'll read verbatim. And hi Simple Sim, how exciting about Cities Skylines 2. It is indeed exciting. Good news for me as well, because frankly, I mean, we've been doing What Map for a long time now, and it'd be interesting to see what we can do with the new maps. Won't be talking about maps today. There is going to be a Dev Diary on maps. I've got some speculation on maps. I'm probably going to pump out a video this coming weekend on map sizes. So we'll save that. And also, obviously, the Dev Diary today, we'll be talking about that in more depth also on Saturday with on Cities Skylines 2 o'clock. This week's special guest will be This Old Gamer, so we'll be able to talk through some of the exciting aspects of the Dev Diaries there. Right, so anyway, I suppose without further ado, we should crack on. Hi Dolomite Dave, good to have you along, my friend. Excellent. So, right, yeah, we'll crack on. We'll see what the Dev Diary has to say. I'm just checking to make sure we are actually feeding through. Lovely. Looks good to me. We also have a little video. I don't know if any of you have seen it so far. We'll check out. Hi, Anapu. Anapu is... The elephant is in the room. Hi, Anapu. We'll take a little look at the video as well, because because we should, right? We should. We'll sort of like do a live review of that. So anyway, hi everyone, this is Avanya, who we did have on the channel a few years ago on Skylines Talk. She is a legendary creator, and also of what she officially ambassador, community ambassador or something. I don't know. She works for the guys, and I'm really glad she got the job. She's a really lovely lady. Anyway, hi everyone, welcome to the exciting world of Cities Skylines 2 Development Diaries. Over the next few months, we will take you through everything the game has to offer. Everything? Oh, that's a big statement. The game has to offer, ranging from familiar features which have been expanded to elements brand new to the franchise. Let's take a look at the development of the game, its improvements compared to City Skylines, and the new and exciting features added to make building your dream city better than ever. Below you'll find the feature highlight video with a quick overview of the different road tools. Check it out to see them in action before diving into the details of the road tools. So we're being told to check it out. We'll do this one. Again, if you want to watch this, or if you want to read the Dev Diary in full yourself, the link to the Dev Diary is in the description of this video. Please do check that out. And I highly recommend, watching this yourself. We'll be watching it window in window. Probably need to move it down the screen a little bit for you. How about there? How does that look? That's centered, isn't it? Right, so we'll take a little look at this video. And hi Larry, good to have you there as well. Let's see where we are with this. So I'm not sure how loud this is going to come through, but oh, this is just an experiment. If this is no good, then we'll just skip the video. We'll see.
The roads crisscrossing your city are more than a means of transport. By connecting citizens to their work, families, and communities, they are the veins and arteries of your city's beating heart. Every pathway you carve out shapes the routine every day and opens the door to the extraordinary events that define their lives. City building starts with roads. Roads allow people, goods, and services to move through your city, of course. And in Cities Skylines II, all roads except for highways automatically carries water, electricity, and sewage lines.
Well, there's a good start, right? There's a good start. We've got power, water, and sewage already underneath all the smaller roads. Highways, not so. So if you're going to be building in one area and then need to build in another area, you're going to need to build your connections between the areas. But individual areas will automatically solve their own needs.
A shortcut that lets you focus on what you love about city building sooner. You'll construct and refine your road network using road tools. They're easy to learn and flexible, inviting you to follow your creative impulses. Returning players will welcome upgrades to the road tools that introduce several of the most wished-for features. Other features are totally new. Use the road tools to create seamless city blocks in just 3 clicks. In no time, you'll lay long, beautiful stretches of road to link lively residential and industrial districts to your buzzing city center. Just like that, you'll thread traffic along wide, curving streets and elegant, elevated highways. You'll even add bridges and tunnels in only a few clicks. Intersections have been overhauled in Cities Skylines II. Placement rules are less restrictive, and you can use pre-made intersections on new and existing roads. You can also add roundabouts. Yep, they're here. From gentle suburban roundabouts to roaring multi-lane roundabouts, it's never been easier to engineer uninterrupted streams of traffic. That's because roads will be configured automatically, so vehicles can enter and exit the roundabout safely. Simply drop your preferred roundabout over an existing intersection and ta-da! A whole new way to move people, goods, and services through your city. Decide the direction of traffic and how it flows by placing traffic lights, crosswalks, and directional no-turn traffic signs and stop signs. Erect sound barriers and construct parking lots. That's another new feature in Cities Skyline II. And for returning players, it means Christmas has come early. You can even add decorative touches if you want to. They don't just make your city pretty, they can be useful too. So those trees you use to line sidewalks? Add charm and reduce noise pollution. Of course, building a city is a process of exploration and experimentation. You'll try stuff out. Some of it you'll like, and some you won't. Want to change an existing road? Use the new Replace tool. It's like the old Upgrade tool, but with more freedom to refine your road network. Change your mind about a road? Bulldoze tool to the rescue. Click, 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 and that road is a thing of the past. Road building is more intuitive and nuanced in Cities Skylines II, and every pathway has a far-reaching impact. Build your city's roads as a testament to your ambition and a promise to citizens that anything is possible.
Well, there you go. How about that? There's quite a lot to get from that. Let me have a quick look in the chat there. So we've got Narasa from the Czech Republic. Good to have you along. And GDH is here. Good to have you along, GDH. Good to have you here. Yeah, I suppose we'll talk about modding at some point. But anyway, yeah, plenty to take from that. I was looking at the road tool buttons, which were very clearly marked out. So your options with the road tools, kind of like the Fine Road Tool mod. We've got the straight road. We've got a simple curve where you define the start of the road, and you put a bend in, and then you define the end part. There's a complex curve where you define the beginning of the road. You put in a bend, then there's a middle, and then you put in a second bend, so it's kind of like an S shape. There is a continuous, which I'm guessing is the old freeform. Then you've got the grid version, where you define basically the width of the grid and then stretch out the grid, which looks pretty cool. And then there's the replace button, which is the old upgrade button on steroids. Roundabouts we saw, where you just plop the roundabout down, which just plopping a roundabout on an intersection is just fantastic. No more need for the roundabout builder mod. And parking lots. Apparently pocket cars are a thing of the past, so you're going to need parking lots and you're going to need on-street parking, and it just looks really cool. And then on top of that, there's some snapping options, which we'll get to a bit further down, I think. Right. Anyway, so a lot less mods. Saying a lot less mods, I'm pretty sure we will have a lot of mods. We just don't know we need them yet. Because Cities Skylines 1 came out and it was so good, and then we were flooded with mods because we didn't know that we needed them. Move It. When the game came out, we didn't realise that Move It was a thing. And then when it became a thing, how do we live without it? Mods will come. Is there going to be a map editor? That hasn't been announced, but yes, there will be. There's no actual, from what I can see anywhere, there's no word about editing at all. But there will be. There can't not be. Because 3/4 of the reason why the game is as strong now as it was when it was released is through modding, and there's no way. We know there's going to be mods, and I believe Revo was already confirmed there's going to be trains on day one, so there's going to be modding. We just don't know what it is yet. The map edit, there's going to be a map editor. There will be a map editor. If there's not, I'm out of a job, right? Anyway, right, so where are we on screen? Right, let's have a little look at roads are the backbone of a city, so naturally we start the development diaries by looking at road tools, how they've been expanded for Cities Skylines 2. Our goal was to keep the experience familiar for returning players, ensure the tools are easy to learn for new players, and expand the options with wished-for features like roundabouts, cut and fill roads, and parking lots. And from what I've seen in the trailers so far, I think they've hit the nail on the head. Now, one thing to remember, hi White Walker, good to have you back. Hi Daniel there. See, one thing that you will get from this channel that you might not get from certain other YouTube channels, I am not affiliated with Paradox. I did work with them very briefly. It came to an end very quickly. I'm not tied to them, so the likes of, we know Biffa works with Paradox a lot, $2.20 works with Paradox a lot. They may, I'm not saying they would, and I've not seen anything to suggest that they could, but they may have a negative opinion about the game. I don't think they're going to be able to say what that negative opinion is, because it would be cutting their own throats, right? You will get honesty from me, and I think this is definitely going to be the strong point of this channel. I am looking for this channel to become more news, more tutorials, and yes, we'll speculate as well. But anyway, so that's that. Larry, how will it impact traffic? Well, there's a good question. There's plenty more further down the we're going to read through all of this. Don't worry, Alex. We won't skip anything. Accidents will probably be discussed this week, Parker. This week, yeah. We'll get to that in a minute. Road building is less restrictive and cleaner. You're going to have to revise the bingo cards. Yes, we absolutely are. I think Dinky Jankies might be on their way out. Okay, right. Let's have a little look through here for you. So road tools, the overview. Right. Building roads in Cities Skylines 2 is more flexible than its predecessor and allows for more creative use of the tools to help you realise your vision for the perfect road layout. You will find variety of both new and returning options with road angles, enhanced curve tools to help you create the road network of your dreams. So basically, it's what we're used to, but made better, which is good, right? As a new feature, the grid mode, which honestly looks so cool. I'm not a grid city builder, right? It's not something that I am really excited about, but I like that it's there because there's so many people that will use it. You can create seamless city blocks with just 3 clicks. First, you place the starting corner of the road grid, then you move the mouse and clicking for the second time you define its width, and finally the third click sets the road grid's length. The grid layout becomes visible when adjusting the grid length in the final stage, and I assume you can set the block size because obviously you're going to want, not necessarily, you might want smaller blocks or larger blocks. That's got to be there as well, right? There's plenty of other settings here like steepness and stuff. Well, we'll get to that. The new replace tool is similar to the old upgrade tool, making sure that we are still on the screen there. Just about. I've just about got that right. Right. Similar to the old upgrade tool, but it allows you to change existing roads more freely and fine-tune the road network by adding grass, trees, wider sidewalks, or sound barriers. So it's network skins tied in to a small degree, or a little bit of intersection marking tool built in without the intersection markings at this point. Maybe that's coming. Parallel mode, this is just like, this grabs me perfectly, right? Parallel mode makes it possible to automatically build 2 roads such as highways in parallel at fixed and customizable distance. With parallel mode, all the other road tool modes are still usable, so creating beautiful smooth highway curves is not only possible but easy. I mean, thank goodness. Oh, I remember my first map and I spent hours getting the roads parallel and smooth, removing jinky jankies throughout. Honestly, this is so good. High City's insane, never grids, but yeah, I mean there are grids sometimes. There are grids sometimes in European cities. Yeah, there are. So I mean, I guess I'll use it occasionally, but it won't be something that I'm building an entire city around personally. Road tools include multiple different snapping options, right? And a comprehensive road guide system to make it easier to build the desired road layout, even in challenging terrain. The road guides include information about elevation angle, come on, lovely, including a numerical value for the slope steepness. Putting me out of a job, from the starting point of the road segment to the desired endpoint. I mean, it could still mean that you can have a road that's too steep, right? A highway that goes at 45 degrees. I guess you can, but you will be kind of like picked up on by the game itself. Now, the snapping settings, it's flipping through all of them here really quite quickly on the screen. I can read them through to you. We have the first one here. This is to the existing geometry. The second one is to the zoning cell length. The third one is a 90-degree snapping. The fourth one is to the side of building. So if you've got a building down, you want to snap a road to it, there you go. This is to the guidelines, which I guess is what we're used to already. And then you've got one to to the grid itself. So, I mean, snapping's just so many options, and I imagine there'll be even more options from the modders at some point. Hi Dan, Yggdrasil's in the house, and Dolomite Dave as well. Elevation angle steady on. Yes. Hi Name. The road textures look like they're built in Paint app. The thing we've got to remember though, you're right. Okay, to a small. Hi AB. You're right about. Well, I mean, I'm saying you're right. What I'm going to suggest is things like textures and things like when we look at the vehicles, and there's only a small selection of vehicles, we are months away from release, and there will be teams of people. Some of them will be working on the mechanics of the game, making sure that everything's fine-tuned. Some of them will be on the aesthetics. So some of them will be working on, for example, we may only have one theme at the moment. I suspect there's more, but there might only be one theme. But they can be working on other themes as the final steps of the game being ready. And in terms of the texture on the roads, if you don't like them, that's not to say that they're going to look like this when the game's released, because there's plenty of time for them to fine-tune textures to make them even better. Or they might look like this when the game's released. I'm just I'm not defending Paradox. I'm not defending Colossal Order here because again, I am completely free to say what I feel. But anyway, yeah, this is all good stuff. All good stuff. Right, we've moved down to the next one. Each step of road building can be easily cancelled. Double L and cancelled? I think we can forgive Vivania for that. Or is it single L? Somebody do a spell check for me, but I'm pretty sure it's double L. By pressing the right mouse button. I don't think I've ever written the word cancelled, but it's got to be double L. By pressing the right mouse button. So, if you're in the process of building a road and you decide you don't want to go any further with it, right click, that ends your build process. And anything you've completely built can be removed with the bulldoze. $2.20 said he used European themes. So there we go, right? So we've got multiple themes already. There may be more. Maybe more. The texture is really... Well, see, also on top of that, with the road textures, modding, we're going to end up with... I mean, look at how many we've ended up with after, was it 8 years of City Skylines? Yeah, there's going to be more. You can spell it either. Can you? I wouldn't. I would ask Lady Google in the corner, but I don't want to set everybody else's devices off. Anyway, road building options. Road building has been designed to be faster and more flexible by allowing you to build roads across existing roads. This is, for me, the most exciting thing I've seen so far. So you just click and drag the road out and it puts in intersections across every single one. That is just absolutely phenomenal. And thank you. Just thank you. Road building has been right, creating intersections in places where the roads cross each other. This also makes it possible to place large intersections on existing road layouts easier and faster. More on them later, and they will be. Road placement options have been expanded to include cut and fill construction for roads, digging through the terrain, and elevated roads for running on top of other roads. So cut and fill is cuttings and filling here. So this image is a really good image for that. So yeah, we've got retaining wall in here and the retaining wall there, and we still get the smooth road. That's been very... I mean, we had that previously to a level, but this has been done to next generation level. And of course, look, 2-tier highways. That is lovely. Lovely to see. And it's just really good to see. Oh, where were we? Cut roads. Elevated roads, on the other hand, require sufficient clearance below them. Hello? No more donut proofing. Using the road elevation to raise them up allows building them across roads that run parallel to them. Building elevated roads is as easy as building a bridge or an overpass. Now, to be fair, actually, we had donut clipping because of anarchy, didn't we? Because there was like when you put a road over another road, there was so much clearance, and we all dropped the roads to be more realistic, and then we were getting... So maybe that was down to us. Maybe that was our fault. Hi Thomas, do you think the game is more orientated towards current players with the inclusion of a lot of mods in the base game, towards new players? I think it's both. The thing is, the game looks familiar, which means I think that anybody who's played City Skylines 1 will be able to drop straight in and start building, and will just adapt very quickly. And I would say nothing here looks so intimidating that it's going to be too much for somebody new to the game. So I think we're looking at the best of both worlds with both of those. And like I say, I am completely neutral. If I feel that something stinks, I will say it. I have one thing, but I've got that on the back burner. But it's only speculation stinks, right? Like hexagon tiles. That was speculation. I got that wrong, I think. I haven't had it confirmed or denied either way, but I suspect my my hexagons are not a thing at all. But I think there's reason to believe that they could have been. So, well. Hi, name. There is a building under the stacked road. Good. I know. It's just all. It's all. I hit this thing here. Yeah. I mean, this is all good. I mean, screenshots as well. I mean, just look. I want to build this. I want to build. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Where are we? Most important thing for me is the map size. I'll be talking about map sizes hopefully this coming weekend. I don't know. That'll be speculation, but yeah. Let's stick to the facts today, shall we? Right, or the Dev Diaries, whether they're fact or not, is I'm sure they are. The roads are also more flexible to build in Cities Skylines II. Connecting different sizes of roads together can create interesting intersection options. For example, splitting a small two-way road into entering and exiting highway ramps is now fast and easy. However, one of the most exciting new features in the road system is the ability to create entry and exit ramps for highways with proper acceleration and deceleration lanes that merge onto the highway itself. This is achieved by first building a portion of the highway with a highway type that has one additional lane, and then connecting that additional lane with a single lane highway, forming a ramp. And as I've said in City Skylines 2 o'clock, this to me looks like the CSUR mod. How these all connect as lanes rather than as nodes. And so yeah, this looks to me, if anybody's seen my CSUR tutorial, if you've not seen it, go and have a little look and you'll see how this kind of this would work, although it might be a little bit less complicated because that was all in Korean and I had to work it out myself. I had to reverse engineer the mod to work out how it worked. A bit complicated. What website? The link to this is in the description. So at the top of the description you'll see the link and that will take you straight to the page to read this up yourself. Okay, roads and intersections. Roads are organised into familiar categories: small roads, medium roads, large roads, and of course highways. Each category features multiple different options, from two-way roads to one-way roads to asymmetrical variations. In addition to the elevated versions of each road, there are various bridges in different styles. There are no grass or tree-lined versions of the roads, as these, amongst others, are added using the replace tool. So we'll be putting down regular roads and then upgrading them with grass or tree lines in the with the replace mod, which is, I mean, different, and it's going to keep the menu. If I scroll back up, so with this, we're not going to get completely muddled with this with trees, this without trees, this with trees and central reservation. If this is kept simpler, this will make it much easier to find specifically what you're looking for. I like that. Hey, you're welcome, name. That's what I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Right. So yes. So that looks pretty cool. It's going to keep everything cleaner. Build your city using the different road options. Customizations. Right. Roads can be customized by adding bus lanes and tram tracks to them using the additional network building tools. You can also create dedicated roads that only buses or services vehicles will to operate on them. Reading is easy. The tram tracks can be built separately, bypassing the road traffic altogether. I mean, basically the stuff that you'd want to read is here. Confirmation of trams, of buses and service vehicles, which obviously means garbage trucks, amongst others. There we go. Let's have a little look. With this, you'll not have 1,000 roads. This is yeah. We've kind of got a road builder inbuilt. I'm sure there'll be stuff on the workshop added that we haven't even thought about yet, but this is cool. This is very, very cool. Have I missed anything in the chat? Yeah, no, I think we can move on. I think we can move along. Right, walkable areas in the city can be created using the pedestrian street along with the pedestrian path and bridges. The pedestrian street prohibits all other car traffic Come on, English is easy. My English is as good as my German. Except for service vehicles and delivery trucks bringing resources to local businesses. So this is really cool. There's obviously, if you're going to put, if you want a pedestrianised high street, you want your trucks to be able to get down here to deliver. And if you've got a house on fire and it's all pedestrianised, you want your fire trucks to get down here. And they will come down here for essential, but you won't get actually any through traffic. You won't get any people parking their cars outside the houses. You won't get any trucks shortcutting. You'll only get a truck coming down this road if it's delivering to that building. Looks really, really good. Right. And look at, see this bridge? It's a pedestrian bridge. That is lovely. It's very sexy, actually. I hate to say it. Right. Okay. In Cities Skylines II, the intersection system has been overhauled to use easier placement rules. Thank goodness. Right. No more need for the network tool. I mean, we'll probably end up with a network tool, but no more need for it. The game features a collection of pre-made intersections. I mean, I'm just going to shrug my shoulders at that. I mean, we can have... Okay, we were used to a really poor cloverleaf and a really poor wishbone. Maybe we'll get some better intersections. But at the end of the day, I think we probably want to make our own. I think. The pre-made intersections include complex highway intersections as well as pre-made transition pieces that can be placed between highways and regular roads. That's a neat thing. So what we're talking about is maybe if we got a crossroads, we could put sections that will just automatically connect up. That's very neat. I'd be interested to see that. Does that mean that cars will make place for fire trucks to pass? Know that they do for police. Whether they'll move out of the way for fire trucks and for ambulances, I assume. And you know what assumption did? Yeah, that's the one. It killed the cat. No, it's curiosity. Anyway. So, a brand new feature in road building is roundabouts. Now, Americans, you can go and make yourself a quick cup of coffee, because I'm sure roundabouts is not something that you're interested in, but we're going to read it anyway. Which are built on existing intersections simply by selecting the preferred size and placing it on the intersection. There are multiple different size options, from small suburban roundabouts to large roundabouts fitting multiple lanes. The placed roundabout adopts the lane configuration of the connecting roads, adjusting the lanes to suit all exits. The vehicles follow roundabout traffic rules when entering and exiting the intersection. Now, I worry a little bit on this sentence here. Again, only because I'm used to what you're used to. See you later, Larry. Larry, of course, in the United States. So they're not going to be too bothered by what we're reading here with the roundabouts. The placed roundabout adopts the lane configuration of the connecting roads, adjusting to the lanes to suit all exits. That requires the game to have a brain. I'm sure the game has a brain. I'm sure that we will have no problem at all with with roundabouts. But the lane, you might not want the roundabout to adopt the lane configuration. Let's say if you're recreating wherever and you've got lanes in onto a roundabout that are dumb because the local council there made it with stupid lanes, you might not want this. I'm sure you can override that with the the upgrade button, the replace option. But for now, that sentence there has me little bit shrugging of shoulders. But yeah, we could probably override this. But that's the first bit where I'm a little worried. Just a wee bit, okay? Roundabouts come in 4 different sizes. These little ones, Colossal Order, let you know, we have something called a mini roundabout in the UK. I don't know if you've got them on the continent, which is basically a pimple in the middle of the road? Can we have mini roundabouts as well? They're basically about the size of the grass section of that, but it's just like a concrete bump that's painted white, and we all drive over them. We're supposed to drive around them, but invariably there's a lot of driving over them involved because it's just a bump. Anyway, parking lots here. Larry, you can come back now. Parking lots. You know you can come back, because in the UK we wouldn't call them parking lots. Car parks, parking lots. Vehicles have to park somewhere where citizens aren't driving them. And in Cities Skylines II, this is handled through designated parking lots and parking structures. Parking structures, multi-storey parking lots has got to be coming in. This is maybe underground parking lots. That would be pretty cool as well. When citizens, where are we? Did I skip something? I did. In addition to traditional roadside parking, you are able to provide citizens with parking lots and parking facilities. When citizens plan their way around the city, their decision making is affected by the availability of parking in a manner similar to public transport options. So that is going to be really interesting. Out of town parking could be a thing. And then having, was it park and ride, as we call it in the UK, having buses coming into the town centre from out of town parking. I think that is definitely a thing that we could be doing in Skylines 2. The screenshot needs to be using the European theme. Somebody in the chat earlier mentioned that $2.20, who made these cities, did use the European theme. So there's a very good spot there by Wasder. Okay. I want to build that weird roundabout in the UK with the mini roundabouts. Oh, the magic roundabout in is it Swindon? Swindon, isn't it? I've got the magic roundabout. Yeah. I've driven through that. It's not as scary as it seems. I know it looks scary, but it's really not. It's really, really not. It's just one roundabout after another, and you just drive it. And because nobody drives through it at speed because it's scary, it's really safe. Surprisingly. Anyway, that's by the by. So we've covered that. But yes, park and ride could be a thing we can set up for our citizens. Citizens have different preferences regarding time management, comfort levels, and usage of money. This is really interesting. So citizens, I mean, they always had a preference, and the preference was to get there as quickly and as easily as possible. And if you provided really good public transport, they would quite often take that rather than drive. But now you might get citizens going, no, I want to drive my car regardless of what public transport you give. So we're going to get some really interesting variations going on here, especially also if the citizens, because previously they were, I think it was fairly random really, wasn't it? Whereas now I think with citizens, they are going to have individual personality is a word I'm going to use. I don't know how personality focused they will be, but you know, we might be able to have Deirdre Smith at number 1 the High Street, and she will always want to ride the train to work, because it's just, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Some want to find a parking spot as close as possible regardless of the cost. Does that mean we can set the parking costs in different parking lots? Could be interesting. While others are willing to spend more time walking from a far away but affordable parking spot or public transport. So yeah, parking spots, we are going to be able to set our own pricing. Hello, this is cool. Even normal roundabouts scare you. Oh, don't be scared of the roundabout. The worst thing that'll happen is you'll die. It's fine. Or public transport spot. The roads info view shows the availability of parking in the city as well as its usage level, allowing you to make decisions based on the information. So a drop down info view with parking information is going to be new for us, and that is amazing. Maybe your city needs more parking, or perhaps additional public transport options are in order. So yes, we're going to be really micromanaging our parking and public transport, and I love that idea there. Parking lots and parking garages. Parking garages, is that what you're calling them? Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, garages, yeah. As in, or is that parking garages as in residential? So if you've got a semi-detached house, you have a parking garage on the side. So maybe not multi-story parking, or maybe there is multi-story parking. But yeah, parking garage. I would say parking garages is residential parking. Yes. Yes, don't die at the roundabouts, whatever you do. You more likely to die crossing the road at a roundabout. Other expanded road maintenance. This is going to be interesting. We're going to get to an interesting bit here, guys. Other expanded road building options, including the road maintenance depot, which sends out vehicles to keep roads in good condition, fighting wear and tear and decreasing the chances of traffic accidents. During winter, snowplows are deployed to keep the roads clear of snow. Of course, that will only happen if you're in an area, if you're building on a map which is prone to snow. If you're building in Central Africa, because we've already had it confirmed about longitude and latitude of maps, you're not going to get snow in Africa. You won't get snow in Indonesia. If you're doing an Indonesian build, no snow. If you're building Oslo, you're going to get snow, and probably lots of it. Anyway, during winter, I know Oslo's at the bottom end of Norway. I should have picked somewhere a bit further up, but there we go. During winter, snowplows are deployed to keep the roads clear of snow. The roads info view shows data about the condition of the roads, colouring them from green for good condition to red for poor condition. Poor road quality or excess snow can slow down traffic and cause traffic jams. Road conditions also affect the chance of traffic accidents occurring, which halt traffic and cause gridlocks until they are secured and cleared. Road maintenance takes care of these traffic accident aftermaths, clearing out the debris and allowing traffic to continue safely after the police have secured the site of the accident. So, if you're getting potholes in your roads, there might be an accident. If there's an accident, the police need to get there, need to secure it off. Then your road maintenance people will come along and will tow away the vehicle, and then your road will be free to go, but you're still going to need to upgrade. So it's going to be continuous maintenance on the roads. You're going to have to put in money. Wording is confusing, but yes, wording is confusing. And hello from Canada, to Canada. Aaron, good to have you. Anyway, that is pretty neat. And look at the first of all, the building model. Look at the vehicle models. And look at this character here walking along the street. Again, that looks normal. This is all going steps up and steps up and steps up. Really very nice. What's this? Pernu Apparatus. So Pernu Apparatus is a brand in Cities Skylines II. But you heard it here first. Okay. Oh, hello. Jason. Hi, Jason. No one is talking about modding. I have a feeling that the small things being left out in the vanilla game will wind up in a modded solution in short order. Correct? Yes, there'll be mods that we don't even know that we need. Traffic Manager Present Edition. We didn't know that we needed when the game came out. We were happy. And then we started moaning because we were trying to do things that the game couldn't do. And then the mods came along. And that's going to be the case here. I mean, remember Map Editor Tunnel Enabler? We wanted to make tunnels in the map editor. Couldn't do it. Didn't see that coming. And of course, that never got patched out, did it? Or did it in the end? I think they did patch that out in the end, didn't they? But very, very recently. Anyway, she looks detailed. She does. I can even see, I'm assuming it's a she, you even see the bump of the bottom. You know, she has curves, bless her. Greenstead Roundabout is my nemesis. Ooh, hello. Roundabout nemesis. It'll sneak up and get you. Um, Crash is cinematic. Who's to say they won't be cinematic? I mean, they probably won't be cinematic, but it'll be interesting. Anyway, you can also place and remove traffic. Additional road options. Sorry, I should read the headline. You can also place and remove traffic lights, crosswalks, add stop signs, and control turn lanes, directing the flow of traffic. Too many pedestrians cross a busy intersection, remove the crosswalks and build a pedestrian overpass, circumventing the vehicle traffic. I mean, this last bit, honestly, just, yeah, I shrugged my shoulders at that. Just being able to remove the crosswalk. We were doing that with Traffic Management Manager anyway, so I guess that's something new. But we've been doing it so naturally anyway that I don't see that as a new thing, but clearly is. Roadside decorations are no longer separate road types, but tools that add or remove the decoration features from the roads, which will have both a visual and a mechanical effect. Sound barriers can be added to highways to decrease the noise from high-speed traffic. Wide sidewalks create more space for pedestrians, but remove roadside parking. And trees can be added to the sidewalks to control noise pollution in residential areas, or just beautify the roadsides. Road features can be easily removed by clicking the right mouse button when hovering over the additional road feature. So, easy to add or remove features. Just make a Hollywood movie with Cities Skylines. I think that could be a thing, you know. The 11'8" mod. The 11'8" mod? What? Larry, explain. I'm confused. Oh, no. I was thinking something else there. Doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. I'll be right back with you. Hi, Luigi. Yes, I mean, the multi-level parking structures, I would love to see those. But obviously, I'm pretty sure that we'll have residential parking garages as well. They want to park at home, and they're a thing in real life, so yeah. Right. Anyway, and control which options your road should have. Well, good. I mean, looking down this central median here, this is actually quite interesting, in as much as we have one bush here, two very close together. This isn't fixed, so you can see that these are fixed, and they would be because you plant trees. Although they're growing straight out of the concrete, I don't know. Again, this is still early. We are months away from the game being ready for release. They are going to be working on it until release date, and then they'll be working on it after release date to patch out the bugs that we start complaining about. So, in terms of, somebody mentioned it was it name? I don't know. Someone mentioned the texture of the roads. They don't like it. That's fair enough. That's a fair shout. Looking at this image here, I've got to say, I'm not actually a big fan of this road texture either. All right. But what I am looking at, this central median, I'm liking that this seems fairly random along here. Whether that's been done by the player, i.e. $2.20, or whether that is just a random generated fill, I don't know. But the fact that this isn't just 1, 1, 1, which is what we would have had previously, is a bit of a bonus as well. Anyway, it then says that concludes this first development diary focused on the new and improved road tools. We're excited to hear your impressions and see the city layouts and intersections you build with the new tools. Which road features are you looking forward to? Let us know below. Don't forget to check back next week when we discuss how citizens and vehicles make their way through your city. So next week, when they do the citizens and vehicles one, I will be here about this time, so please join me for that one. I'd love to have you along. We'll do exactly the same. I'll respond with the chat. Hi Maverick. You feel we have better textures in CS1, but only from modding. I wouldn't say we have better textures from vanilla. So I would agree. Hi Gerard. Hi Wendell. Jason. Hi Jason. Also let everyone know Avanya confirmed these tools work for train networks as well. Excellent. I mean, I would expect that. But you'll be able to watch the whole thing back again, Gerard. Don't worry. But we've also got, in terms of Dev Diaries coming up, we've got a breakdown of all of them here. So if there's anything specific you're waiting for, we've got dates. I don't know how clear this is on your screen, but I will read them all through. Sirens for the BonBonB Bingo players. That was one of the fire support vehicles. It looked like a sedan. Bright red with flashing blue light on the top. But anyway, so road tools today. Then Monday next week we will have the traffic AI, which is interesting because traffic AI, citizens and vehicles make the way through. So yeah, how the citizens and vehicles make the way through the city is the traffic AI. So all the information that we've wanted to know about the idiotic traffic that we've had to deal with for the best part of a decade, that's going to be cleared up next week. Then July the 3rd, Monday, July the 3rd, we'll have the public and cargo transportation, the Dev Diary for that. Then July the 10th, zones and signature buildings. I am very curious about what a signature building is. So we will see about that then. On the 17th of July will be city services. The 24th of July, electricity and water. Then the one that we're all on this channel, we're all holding out for, 31st of July, maps and themes. So the end of the month, I imagine the stream on Monday the 31st of July will be a long one. Can't wait. August the 7th, climate and seasons. That'll be interesting because that's completely new to us. And it'll be interesting to see exactly how that works with the maps and the themes. August the 14th will be economy and production. That also will be a real good technical one. August the 21st, citizen simulation and life path. Again, a really interesting one because that's going to be completely different from what we're used to. Again, I imagine it's something we can almost completely ignore if we want to, if we just want to build a city. But if we want to optimize the city, we're going to want to work with our citizens. 28th of August will be the game progression. So I imagine like checkpoints, that kind of thing, something like that. September the 4th, sound and music. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Again, probably less interesting than some of the other aspects, but again, it's a very important part of the game for especially the ambient sounds. It just brings the game alive. If you're gonna have a city that looks really good, you want the sounds to sound amazing. And September the 11th with the cinematic camera and photo mode. Cinematic camera built in. Oh my word. As a YouTuber, oh my word, so excited. So right, so my tips to you now, as you're watching this, is the full Dev Diary is linked in the description below. If there's anything specifically you want to feed back to Paradox, click the link, follow that link across. You've got comments down here, which memes, WWE memes, of course. So you can add your feedback to Paradox down here, and yeah, that's to do. So do feed them back, and of course, if you want to click across the YouTube channel and click a like on their video, I suggest that's a very polite thing to do, very British thing to do. We will do this now every week for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. For the next 12 weeks on the Monday night, we will be doing the Dev Diaries live in this format with you telling me what you think, and I will respond with what I think. You will get full honesty from me. I'm not tied to Paradox. I can tell you if I think something stinks, and I will. If I've got one thing in today's show which I'm a little bit itchy on, but we've not got the full information yet, but it's looking very good so far, and I'm really glad that they're doing the Dev Diaries. Really glad. What map returns tomorrow night instead of a Monday night? We're now going out on a Tuesday night. We've got a couple of really good maps coming along tomorrow night. We've got the top 100 on the channel going out every day, Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time. That continues. Cities Skylines 2 o'clock will be out on Saturday with This Old Gamer, where we'll be talking through the Dev Diaries again, and I'll see what he thinks from an American point of view. And then, of course, on Sunday, we have the chart show where we check out the top 20 items on the workshop. So plenty going on the channel. If you haven't clicked subscribe, now's the time to do it. If you haven't liked the video, why not? There's 39 of you currently here. Hit that like button now. That would be absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. I don't have because this kind of hit me very quickly. I knew the Dev Diary was coming, but I wasn't prepared. So this hit me very, very quickly. I haven't sorted out intros or outros for the show. So when the stream ends, it's just going to go black. I have no outro. I have no BonBonB was here or anything like that. All right, let me have a little look at the chat. I've been chatting for a while without actually looking at the chat. So, yeah, right. Oh, hello. Roads still feel much better now. I agree. Hi, John Barter. Love seeing that it appears that node snapping is lane to lane. Indeed. Again, if you've not seen anything quite like that before, check out my CSUR mod tutorial. That will look far more complicated than what we're getting, but it will give you a real good feel for what the lane snapping will look more like, rather than. Yeah, but it'll be way more easy to use than the CSUR mod. Looks like train tracks are now singular with maybe switches. That would be look more realistic. I agree. Yes, please. I'll have some of that. See you next week. Hey, Thomas. What do you mean? What do you mean? Next week? What about tomorrow? Tomorrow would be good. GDH, Evening Maverick. Oh, good. You missed the sirens because of the motorbot cycle. You had a motorcycle outside your house. Probably the same one that went past mine earlier. A different name for a unique building. Yeah, I think it's going to be more than a different name for a unique building, signature building. It's going to be a bit more specific, I think. I think it's going to actually... Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Could be unique buildings. Yeah. Okay, I've been outvoted. Buildings, I assume. Crikey. They should just move forward the maps and themes to next week. They should. In fact, they should just send me the script now. And we'll do it now, right? Not just for YouTubers. First person's cool for everyone. Yeah, I know. But especially for YouTubers. We like all the tools. Anyway, so yeah, hi Chris. You just got here from just got here, going to start from the beginning. Hi Chris. Yes, yeah, start from there. Trust my honesty, you poor thing. Never trust a YouTuber. We'll tell you anything as long as we can sell anything. Have you seen the merch on my channel? Have you seen it? I've got some very nice mugs and stuff. Hi Jason, awesome, but I'll be here every week. Yeah, we'll do that. Set a premiere. That's a very good idea. The only thing with the premiere though is I need to know exactly when I'm going to be sitting down to do this. The plan is with the premiere, with the stream, is as soon as I'm available. Because previously I was waiting until about 7 o'clock, but I had to load up the map, and sometimes the map wouldn't load. And so with What's Map Live, I wanted to start at 7, but maybe it's going out 15:15. It was a bit of a mess. With this, all I've got to do is load up the page. So as soon as I'm ready, I've got in from work, I've sat down, I've got myself a warm coffee. I want to be good to go. I don't want to be sitting around waiting for a prescribed time. So, yeah, but a very good idea. I will look at it. As a possible premiere. You're welcome for the stream. You're very, very welcome for the stream, name. You're very, very welcome. And no airplanes. You say no airplanes. Yet there is definitely an airplane in some of the screenshots. So I've not seen... There's an airport there is definitely airplanes, John. There's definitely airplanes, because there's definitely an airport in $2.20 City Build. Excuse me while I need some coffee to stop the coffee. Back with you. Just a small drive over the channel, Gerard, indeed. July the 3rd. July the 3rd is, the public and cargo transportation. Yes, that'll be, good point, Larry. Good one. Need to get you back on Cities Skylines 2 o'clock. Hey, Larry, that'll be, next week will be your turn. And we'll talk. Actually, next week we'll be talking about traffic AI. So you want to catch Larry Skylines on the channel. Next week we'll be talking traffic AI on Cities Skylines 2 o'clock with him. I hope there's a light rail version of train. Might be asking that. I've seen taxis. I've seen trams. We've definitely got rail. We've definitely got airplanes. Light rail will probably be, I imagine, DLC and of course modding. Hi Rudolph, thanks for the overview. I was a little late to watch it all, but it'll be available later once YouTube has finished doing its magic, which might be instant because I've never watched one of my own streams back. You'll be able to watch it from the start, so yeah, feel free to go back and watch and join in. You just miss out on the live chat. Are donut hot dog cars gone? I think they are. What a shame. I want the Essential Lighthouse. I want everybody's favourite factory. And if they aren't included, I want a modder to make them for me. It can't be hard because the CRP file is going to be it's going to be on everybody's system. So somebody will make the factory and the lighthouse for me. I just know it. And we've got smart cars indeed. Some will put them on the workshop. Yes. Oh God, no. No, Larry. No. No donut and hot dog cars, please. No. Anyway, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to be talking to you tonight. I am going to wind up the stream now because in 3 minutes the England versus North Macedonia football match is going to be live, and I am going to be watching that one. So I've timed this about right. I would have carried on talking had we only been halfway through this, but we're covered. We've done everything, aren't we? Yeah, we've done everything. But anyway, everybody's favourite smart car. Oh, don't. There will be new memes. I'm certain there will be new memes. So yeah, new Bonbon bingo cards coming in October. I'm so excited. Anyway, that's it. Like I say, I don't have an outro, so I'm gonna. Well, how many modders in 3D? Oh, yeah. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be really, really good. Right. Anyway, I don't have an outro, so I'm just gonna say I'm gonna wind this up now. I'm not gonna respond to any more chat. Thanks, John. You're the last person I'm going to respond to. Thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for the live WhatsApp at approximately 7 o'clock UK time. The top 100 maps at 8 AM UK time and onwards. And, of course, the rest of this week as well. Saturday, Cities Skylines 2 o'clock with This Old Gamer, where we'll be talking about the Dev Diaries. And Sunday, the chart show, the Cities Skylines Top 20. Top 20 items on the workshop as of Saturday. That's it. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome. And